Sunny Manati Backups, welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to be answering some of your guys' questions. So, a while ago, I put up a thing on my story saying, reach out to subscribers, send me some questions, and this is that first video, so I'm going to get into those today. My first question I got was from a really cool dude, Cade. What are my goals for the future? Okay, I'm going to break this up into two answers. One, my personal life, and one, my YouTube channel, which are kind of like linked in a sense. So for my account, I'd say I want to be more consistent. My main issue is not the content I post, but the consistency at which I post. So I want to be doing minimum once a week every week, and hopefully that'll give me some traction and whatnot. And what kind of content, I don't know. I want to try and implement my art into my content creation, but like that just feels a bit awkward to me because I'm so used to just doing it all on my own and not recording anything of it. But like games and stuff and reactions and conversations, I've already, so I'm a lot more, I can record those easier. But art will be a new thing to try and maybe implement. And also it'll be all sorts of content that I post, so there's that. And I want to be able to build a community, and I want to be able to gain a following so that if I say go support this person or go check out this, that person will gain some sort of semblance of followers or people that will enjoy their content. And if I'm being honest as well, a part of it is because if I have enough people who like my stuff, if I, announce about my comic book or my story one day, they're going to be like, oh, damn, I should go and check this out. Yeah, so that's also another reason why. And for personal life, I want to get faster and better at guitar. I want to be able to sing and play guitar at the same time, or, play with people on stage. That, I think, is a big part of it. And also, I just want to get better at art. I want to get better at writing characters and stories and people, and I want to be kinder, but don't we all? Yeah. Kinder and stronger, I guess. But yeah, thanks for the question, dude. The next one is Sky. I don't know, just want to say hi. Hello, I see you every day. Someone asked me, someone who I don't know, So Lovely, asked me, am I colored? Yes, I am colored. My mother's father is black, and my mother's mother was colored. And so that makes my mother colored. She's a very pretty caramel, but my dad is white, so that makes me I've got some semblance of color in me. So yeah, I'd say I'm colored. And you can also see in my nose and my hair. My hair is a big thing. I think that's one of my most noticeable traits, is my hair, and that's how people know me and stuff. So yeah. And my next one is from Sky, a different Sky. What got me into metal rock? That's a really cool question. A while ago, I'm talking 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I knew a guy, and this guy was really cool. We're gonna call him James. And James, he was this tallish blonde guy, kind of looked like your stereotypical Norwegian black metal fan, but he wasn't really into that sort of stuff. But yeah, I guess he was, but he was mainly into Linkin Park. And if you know me IRL, which everyone who's watching this will know, I love Linkin Park, and essentially that friendship that I had with him spawned in my love for heavier music. Because prior to me getting into metal and rock, I loved indie stuff. I was a big 2018, 2020 TikTok fan, and I kind of just my growing up on the internet, so to speak, was very much in between. It was very much in the time span of 2016 and 2020, and so that's kind of the influences that I had in terms of music. So it was a lot of YouTuber intros, a lot of Cave Town, I don't know, a lot of other foreign indie bands, I guess, and independent artists. So that was my music taste prior to that. And then I think my first ever metal band I really liked has to be Linkin Park. I listened to Meteora after a certain holiday. I was really connected with James, and I just fell in love with it, I suppose. And people change and people grow apart, and kind of after I had cut off a friendship very badly. Don't message or call someone and be like, we can't be friends anymore. Don't do that. That's not, no. Just, people are supposed to naturally grow apart. Just let it's a natural thing. Just let it happen. But yeah, basically after that, Not after I like befriended him, but like in the midst of our friendship, he got me into Black Sabbath, he got me into Linkin Park, he got me into System. Oh, I love System because of James. But yeah, it was basically a friend. He introduced me to metal, and he had this passion for it. He had this intense, like, ferocious love for Chester's voice, and this like beaming, just pure like joy whenever he would listen to a Linkin Park song. He introduced me to, like, you know, the Anniversary albums. He introduced me to the secret private stuff Chester did before he was in Linkin Park, and so that's why my favorite park is Linkin Band. My favorite band is Linkin Park because of just that passion that I remember every time I listened, that James would have every time I listened to the band. So yeah, and, you know, obviously through Linkin Park I would, you know, get into other bands as well, like Slipknot, and then also I would try my head at some Slam. I'm not super into Slam, but if it's live, I'll friggin', you know, headbang mosh to that. But I don't listen to Slam like a lot, or like at all, really. I know some bands, like, you know, Fetus Annihilator, I think, is one, and Anal Fecal Matter. I can't remember the name. But yeah, just gross stuff. But yeah, that's kind of the story of how I got into it. And also playing guitar, you know, just really good riffs and stuff, and really interesting ways of expressing yourself. It was just so... I also think because in a sense it helped me to channel all of my energy. I don't want to say rage per se, but just energy, like, you know, singing and yelling and dancing, and it was just a whole thing. And so that helped me to kind of equalize things in a sense. And also it brought me closer to people that I would never, you know, think to hang out with. And yeah, I think it was one of the best decisions in my life to get into metal. Rock I always kind of liked. My biggest inspiration, okay, it depends on what you're asking me, though. That's another question from Sky. It depends what you're asking me for. If you're asking me for my biggest inspiration for my comic, for my music, for my channel, for just literally everything in general, I'll go with everything in general. But I want to say my mom. My biggest inspiration is my mother and my dad, just because my dad's work ethic and how much of a professional like thing he's built over the years, and also my mom because she's never not creating. She never is not in a state of flow or change, and that is so inspirational. And I realize she's never not like that because she's constantly creating and doing things, and they hinge on each other. It's like yin and yang. It's like if you're constantly creating, you can't not be constantly changing at the same time. If you're constantly changing, vice versa, you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that's a big part of it. And so that's for my life in general. And for content creation, Sludge, because they helped me break out of my shell and like talk to people and try and video the talks I had. And through that, I could manage just recording on my own and not feeling awkward and queasy in front of the camera. Not queasy, but, you know, like it's a bit awkward talking to you, because like you might see me and be like, oh yeah, it's Josh, but all I see is like, I don't know. All I see is a camera, and then my monitor to the left here, just checking if it's recording, which it is. But yeah, so my biggest inspiration would be my mother. And in terms of art, Van Gogh is a big one because of his beautiful usage of colors. I understand when people are like, oh my gosh, snobs in their art, but I understand the snobs, because I understand certain art makes you feel a certain way, and that's what I get from Van Gogh. Every single one of his pieces, I just feel. Like the sunflowers, the Starry Night, like this one where he did a painting of a cafe. He's got such gorgeous colors, and it just evokes so much emotion, you know. And he's not focused too much on the form. A lot of his artworks are impressionism, or I think so, post-impressionism or impressionism, but basically he's not so much focused on the form. It's all about the colors with him, and I find that more attractive in terms of art. And also just so that's with art, I suppose, and also just a bunch of other little artists and stuff, but I say a bit like huge, a bunch of artists, honestly, like, you know, Gege Akutami. His hands are beautiful, author of JJK. And also Kohei Horikoshi, another manga artist. He's amazing. And yeah, and Monet as well. Oh my gosh. And all kinds of classical paintings. I forgot the word for it. Baroque, I think is the word for it. All that sort of stuff I love. And for my music, I don't know. I'm inspired by everything. So there's not one central force of inspiration besides, you know, anything that catches my eye. And the consistent thing of like a consistent source of inspiration, I would have to say, is life, dude, because life is my inspiration. And my mom and my dad. But yeah, so life would be my biggest inspo for everything. My last question is, why are you so Sigma? Bye bye. Yeah, I will. If you did like this video, please do like it. It always like warms my heart whenever I see like someone like the video. And comment what you liked about this video. And if you are not subscribed, dude, what are you doing? No, actually no, leave. If you're not subscribed, leave right now. I'm kidding. Please, if you're not subscribed, it would help me a lot if you did subscribe. Yeah, I love you. Take care of yourself, be kind to yourself. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Thank you to everyone who did yeah, put in a little question. And the music in the background, if there is music, there should be, is this. Some here. Yeah, and here's me yapping to the end card, and I've got one last thing to say before this cuts out comically. The music came free.